Hello and welcome to Parkwood Academy's virtual open evening. I'm Gemma Cottingham, the head teacher here at Parkwood Academy, and it's a great pleasure to have you here with us this evening. Obviously, we would have absolutely loved to have opened our doors and had you here with us in the building, but unfortunately, due to the current climate, that's just not possible. However, hopefully, due to the experience that you have this evening and all the information we share, we will be able to convince you to join our amazing academy and become part of the Parkwood family. Just a little bit of housekeeping before we go into the programme and the main events for the evening. So if you're using a laptop, you will be able to use the chat function, which is just down the side here. So if you want to leave any questions, we'll get back to you and we can answer them live at the end. Or if it's something more personal about your own child, you can leave your contact details and we'll make sure someone gets back to you. Nobody else can see anything else in the chat apart from us at the Academy. If you're on your phone, the chat function is right at the top and it's got two little speech bubbles with a question mark inside. So you can use that chat function just there. Also, the programme for the evening, we've got lots and lots to get through and lots of exciting things to share with you this evening. We're going to first of all go to a promo video next where we're going to really showcase the Academy at its very best and show you all the amazing things that we do at the Academy. We're then going to move into a curriculum update where I'll just talk very briefly about some of the fantastic things we've got on offer at the Academy in English lessons, maths lessons, etc. But most importantly, we've got our students telling you about their experiences. We're then going to move into Mr. McGillen, who's going to talk about the mental health wellbeing, which is such of great importance here at Parkwood. And then Mr. Henderson will talk about our home learning, our Sims app and our eAct passports. Mr. Hallam is going to talk to us about the Year 7 experience. Mrs. Husband is going to talk to us about the SEND provision that we have here at the Academy, and then we'll take some questions and we'll make sure, most importantly, you know how to apply for a place at Parkwood Academy. So just a little bit of information about Parkwood. We are an eAct Academy, so we believe in thinking big, doing the right thing and showing team spirit. And those three things are our eAct values. So all the time we try and think outside the box, try and challenge our students to do something that they don't usually experience. And we always make sure that we do the right thing. Every single decision we make here at Parkwood eAct Academy is about what is the right thing for the students, and that is what is at the forefront of our minds in every decision we make. We also show team spirit, and as I've already mentioned, we are a family here at Parkwood and we work together to achieve the very best outcomes for your children. Within the Academy, we have our three core values: believe, achieve and succeed. So we believe that we should have the very, very highest of aspirations for your children and that they can achieve absolutely anything. We make sure that we have educational excellence in every single lesson at all times, and we strive for the children to be the very best that they can be. And what we want is them to be a success in life. And whether that's going to university or whether that is going to complete an apprenticeship, whether that's going straight out into the workplace, we just want our children to leave here as well-rounded individuals that feel safe and happy and have enjoyed their time at Parkwood Academy and can move on into the next stage of their life. I understand that making a decision like this about which school your child is going to go to is absolutely huge. As a parent myself, the most important thing to me is making sure that my child is happy and that she's safe in the school that she's in. So therefore I can only understand that that's exactly what you want for your children. And I can assure you here at Parkwood Academy, they're two of the things that mean the most to us, making sure children enjoy their time here, are happy here, and that they're safe in their environment. Other things that may be of importance to you are your extracurricular activities. We want children to develop as well-rounded individuals, not just academically, but beyond the classroom as well. So we've got lots and lots of extracurricular activities that we set up within the Academy for all children to get involved with. And Mr. Henderson will talk a little bit more about the passports and what that involves later on. So I'll take you into the promotional video now. So this is a video that we've made to showcase the fantastic things that happen inside Parkwood Academy.
child to Parkwood Academy means bringing them into our family, a very supportive one in which our prime focus is to make students happy, feel safe and want to be the very best young people that they can. Aspirations are very important to us, and we will make sure that students believe in themselves as well. We don't think there's any kind of ceiling on what our students can achieve, and we will continue to push and challenge them.
I'm probably going to go to college, university. I want to travel the world.
Once you believe in yourself, you can achieve and succeed, and they support you in that and push you forward to the best for you for your future.
We put students in a position that really enables them to thrive and boost their confidence, and we don't let any student slip under the radar. Every single student here is vital and important to us, and we care about every single one of them and make sure that they succeed.
We're always looking to push the students as far as they can possibly go. We're trying to create a culture which strives for excellence in all fields, really. Inside the classroom, we go for a sort of global and culturally rich curriculum. Also, we like to supplement that with some trips. Last year, we went over to Poland, went to Auschwitz, and that ties in with our Year 10 curriculum.
This academy is one of 28 inspirational academies across England and is part of the EACT family. We consider it our privilege to work in and alongside the wonderfully diverse communities our academies serve. At EACT, we aim to provide the very best opportunities for all our students, and we also strongly believe that all young people, no matter their background, should be given every opportunity to achieve great things.
Our students are absolutely fantastic. They are so friendly, they're so happy to be here. They appreciate the staff and what we do for them, and it's just a fantastic place to work.
I've never experienced kids who appreciate what you do so much. When you start Parkwood, you're Parkwood, and the kids will say Parkwood for life, and it's very, very rewarding and very enjoyable.
We very much want the community to come in and see everything that we do. We open the building, so we have lots of lettings, we've got fantastic sports equipment, we've got 3G pitches.
Just so you can practice a pass over some distance.
I do like school because it helps me to think big. They give you so many opportunities. For example, I was on GLT, which is a junior leadership team, and we had so many opportunities there. So one example was Macmillan Morning. So as a GLT, you go to help the elderly, you give them cakes and things. We also did a bake sale to raise charity, and I think that was really lovely.
We have breakfast in the morning that's put on. We have after school clubs, games clubs, so PlayStation clubs, Nintendo clubs, card games, Pokemon, the Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, music, science, PE. We spend a lot of money on making sure that we have the best equipment available, so drum kits, keyboards, guitars, ukuleles, you name it, we've pretty much got it.
After school clubs, we have trampoline clubs, school football team, school basketball team. It also gives you more ideas of what you want to do when you're older. Say it's like you're more of a sport person.
I am incredibly proud to work for such a fantastic trust as EACT. We've got some great values that I really believe in, and we embody them constantly around the academy and the conversations that we have with staff and students on a daily basis.
Route 3 times Route 3, we need to get rid of that.
We open minds and open doors for all our students. This means having the highest aspirations for our young people, encouraging them to think big, do the right thing, and show team spirit, and working with and celebrating our communities. It is our job to show young people that anything is possible.
It is my favourite job that I've ever done anywhere.
It pushes you forward to work at your best, and whatever you can do, you can do.
I want to think big, and I like how they encourage that.
We believe that they can achieve absolutely anything, and we will push them and challenge them to achieve great things and ultimately success in life.
Hello again. So we're just going to give you a very quick whistle-stop tour of the curriculum offer at Parkwood Academy and some of the fantastic things that your children will have the experience of studying in Year 7 when they join us. So in English, it's a really exciting year. They will ask you to buckle up and take your time travelling seatbelt and make sure that you whiz through the Victorian period to pay a visit to Oliver Twist. Following this, we will then welcome you to the world of William Shakespeare to study the magical, mystical love triangle in A Midsummer Night's Dream. But it's not just about the literature here at Parkwood. We also make sure that we systematically teach grammar, language and writing so that students can really master the core elements of literacy. In maths, we have a range of exploration, geometric reasoning and proportional investigations that your children will experience. We have a mastery approach as well in maths, making sure that we go back, revisit that knowledge to challenge new findings and make sure that that knowledge is embedded deep within your child's minds so that it can be used in a range of different experiences. So for example, we'll explore maths in finance, in logic and make those cross-curricular links so they have a love of a great subject. In science, we really focus on the world around you and also want you to explore practical skills, including filtration, evaporation, condensation and chromatography. Biology, you'll delve into the functions of living organisms, how they are made up and what they need to survive. Our history curriculum is incredibly exciting and it starts right here in Sheffield and we go back in time to explore ancient Sheffield. We then go on to think about the world around us and how this has developed and how great empires of Rome and Africa have risen and also fell. In art, we're dedicated to empowering our students with the ability to create top quality pieces. To enhance confidence, we really do teach the importance of learning by making mistakes. And this is something that we do not see as a bad thing here at Parkwood Academy. We make mistakes in order to show that creativity. In turn, this enables students to be prolific in the creation of work, resulting in real rapid improvements and development of skills over a short period of time. You will create landscape inspired by Van Gogh, using a variety of lines and shapes depicting movement, and then we'll go into the pop art work of Andy Warhol. So we can really look into some truly inspirational artists and what we can learn from them. Music lessons at Parkwood will allow your child the opportunity to experiment with lots of different instruments. We have electric guitars, acoustic guitars, drums, piano, we have rap and DJ decks also. We offer a range of one-to-one music lessons with guitars, bass, drums, ukuleles, piano and the clarinet. So wherever possible, we will arrange lessons and instruments that you can use through our local music hub. However, that's a very quick whistle-stop tour, but who's better to talk about what they will do in Year 7 and the fantastic experience they will have than our students themselves.
At Parkwood, we do PE. We get lots of opportunities to do, such as football, rounders, cricket, basketball, and loads of other things. Football.
Why is that?
Because it's a sport I really enjoy and you get to work as a team and I'm a real team player. That's totally incorrect. We, all girls and any genders, should be able to play whatever they want as long as they're passionate for it. I think I've settled in it really well and made loads of friends and it's gone really well. People like Jackie, teachers and friends. Well, a typical lesson would look as we'd focus on a subject and we do like weeks of it and then at the end do a yellow paper to see what we've learned.
Science, because our science is really interesting and we get to do lots of different experiments and what we learn about is really interesting. We get to study lots of different subjects like music and languages, like science. So there's a whole range of things to do. It's been really well because even though it is definitely a change from primary school, it's not horrible. It's great. Well, one of the main things I was worried about was all the different things that we had to learn and homework. I was scared of that. I think I managed it pretty well because it's not as bad as a primary school student would first think. Well, there would be Mr. McCrudden, our head of year, and Jacka. I think those two are, because, well, their whole job is to help us settle into Parkwood as well, and just help with our well-being, and it's been really good.
In Parkwood, maths was really fun. Plus, we have really nice teachers, and one of my favourites is a teacher called Miss Arif. She's very nice and overall a good teacher. I really like her. And teachers overall are very nice and welcomed us very nicely. So the teacher will show us what to do, and then she'll ask us if we have any questions and gives us our worksheets, and we just do it. But we're very nice and asked us if we needed some help. And overall, they were very nice and welcomed us very well.
At Parkwood, for the past few weeks, my favourite subject has been English. The book that we're reading so far is Oliver Twist. It would be that everybody's concentrating, and as well as concentrating, they're having a really good time. The teachers are really kind as well. If you get stuck, they won't leave you behind. They'll always try to help you in some way or the other. So we've read The Cheetah's Whisker, and it's about a girl whose mother's died during cold season, and her father's got married again, but she thinks that her mother doesn't love her, so she tries to get a love potion for her mother to love her. So once we've read the book, we normally have a little quiz, and we explain what's happening to the teacher. We're reading The Boy in the Back of the Class, and it's from John Onjali Rowe. It's a really good book about this refugee boy, and I think you guys should read it. In Parkwood, the teachers are trying to push you on reading books. Yeah, because during lockdown we haven't actually gone through the stages like we did in Y6, but we were supposed to do. So I really think that the kind teachers have made a lot of influence at Parkwood to the students. Jackie is one of the main helpers, and if something's wrong, you should always talk to her. I think it's a major thing. Don't please bury your emotions inside. There's always a teacher that could help you. Yeah, if you come this way, there's a place in Parkwood where if you want to, you normally could come in here and calm down. So it's through this room, it's the Wellbeing room, and it's really colourful for you to express all your feelings in. If you have a look over there, there's a place where it's like a campsite. So if you feel really sad, if you just want to reflect on your emotions, you can go in there. It's really dark, and you can calm down and have a fun time.
Hello and good afternoon. My name's Sarah Husband, and I'm the Senko at Parkwood.
Hi, so there's our students telling you exactly what they learn and their experience of their first half term here at Parkwood Academy. I'd just like to introduce Sean McGillen now. He's the assistant head teacher responsible for culture across the academy, but a large part of that is our mental health and wellbeing curriculum. At EACT, we believe really strongly in making sure that we look at mental health and wellbeing, and we put lots of provisions and support in place for our students. So if I could just welcome Mr. McGillen.
Good evening. So my name is Mr. McGillen, and like Ms. Collier said, one of my main roles in school is looking after students' personal development. And obviously at the minute, one of the kind of main things we need to look after is our students' mental health and well-being. Obviously returning after lockdown, we've got a big role to provide to the students to ensure that all students feel fully supported and that they feel safe and secure in school. Obviously, keeping students safe in the building is our #1 priority, and ensuring that we're doing everything to make sure that they succeed academically, but they leave school as well-rounded individuals ready for life beyond school. So the emotional well-being of students is extremely important to us. We believe it's as important as their physical health, because good mental health allows children and young people to develop the resilience to cope with whatever life throws at them, and to ensure that they're well-rounded and healthy adults and function within society. So some of the things that we can do to keep young people and children safe and mentally well in school include being physically well, so ensuring that they get a balanced diet within the school, ensure that we're promoting healthy living and getting regular exercise, having time to be able to play outdoors and be part of kind of the school community that gets along well, and making sure that they're in that routine of coming to school and taking part in activities that we can provide within school and beyond the classroom. We want our students to feel loved, we want them to feel trusted, we want them to feel understood and valued, and most importantly, we want them to feel safe when they're in the building. Being interested in life and having opportunities to enjoy themselves, and being able to have that love of learning with a sense of belonging to a wider community, which is our school community. And we believe that we've nurtured a real kind of strong community feeling within Parkwood, amongst the staff and amongst the students. And we do that through each year group, kind of feeling, part of a bigger school community. So for mental health, what we kind of think in terms of trust-wide is that since 2017, we've trained over 1,500 members of EAC staff to become mental health first aid trained, and that's for staff and students. So Parkwood is a dedicated pastoral team and a wellbeing officer trained to support young people's emotional health and well-being. This includes over 60% of our own staff at Parkwood who are qualified mental health first aiders. So this will be staff who have roles such as a form tutor, and staff who are pastoral support staff that support within the hub and support your child within year 7, but through the whole way up to year 11. We can understand that mental health problems affect around 1 in 10 children. So roughly, if you think about it, that's working out as around 3 students in every classroom. And so we believe that, we really want to intervene and put in early intervention as soon as possible so that no child is left behind, and that we're, seeking as much intervention to ensure that all students feel safe and feel happy at school, and that we're providing as much intervention as possible. And so 70% of children and young people who experience mental health problem have not had the appropriate early intervention, and we believe that that's something that we don't want our students at Parkwood leaving with, and we want to ensure that we're intervening early, and that we're ensuring that all of our students leave feeling happy, feeling safe, and feeling confident and ready for the world that they're about to step into. So within school, and you will have seen it in the video from our year 7, we've got a dedicated wellbeing space. Now it looks a little bit different at the minute because of obviously COVID restrictions, but you can see it's quite a colourful space, and we've tried to make it as inviting as possible. And that's a space where students can go to speak with a trained member of staff. They can speak to someone within the pastoral team, and we do lots of interventions within this room. So we'll do things like art therapy and brain gym, and we'll try and kind of meet the needs of the students. So if a student is presenting as having something that we need to provide, we'll adapt and we'll change. And we'll do whatever we can to ensure that we're giving them the best start. And so with the brain gym, it uses movement. It's used to connect both brain hemispheres, so the right and the left, with the final aim of improving the brain functions, which really gets the students ready for the day. The art therapy is a form of psychotherapy which uses art media as its primary mode of expression and communication. So within this context, art is not used as a diagnostic tool, but as a medium to address the emotional issues which may be confusing and distressing. And I've seen this in action quite a few times, and it is really beneficial for the students. They get a lot from it because it allows them an opportunity to really express how they're feeling at that time. And so, like I said, we try our best to provide as much opportunity for students to have that early intervention, and that we're really supporting our students from the word go. So I would feel really confident as a parent of a year 7 coming to Parkwood, especially after everything that we've been through and the transition from primary school up into secondary school, that at Parkwood Academy we will 100% support all students and ensure that their emotional health and well-being is being, all their needs are being met on a day-to-day basis. We extend that invitation to parents as well to be involved as much as possible to ensure that we're really allowing our students to leave here as real well-rounded individuals. So that's everything from me. As Ms. Cottingham has said, if you do have any questions, please do pop it into the chat, and I'm more than happy to speak to anybody, this evening or at another time. So I'm going to pass over to Mr. Henderson, who looks after. So Mr. Henderson is our assistant principal for communication. So I'll pass over to him now.
Thank you very much, Mr. McGillen. Hey guys, I'm Mr. Henderson, assistant principal, communication, transition in the school, and also in charge of the Futures Passport. So I'm going to talk about a few of these things. I'm also in charge of the home learning across the school, which obviously in the current climate is a massive thing. So I'm going to talk about a few of those, explain exactly how we work with them at Parkwood Academy and how the pupils can benefit from them. So the first one I'm going to go to is the EACT Passport, which I'm just going to wait for Miss Cottingham to put it on the right slide. So while Miss Cottingham gets it sorted, the EACT Passport is something that we have across all year groups from year 7 to year 11. So what happens in the EACT Passport is they will have a series of challenges that they must complete, thank you miss, across the academic year. From the year 7s, it is more towards sort of building up life skills, experiences that they may never have experienced before. As you can see on there, we've got things like taking a train or tram ride, visiting a college, which at year 7, they may not have even thought about college, but we want them to sort of get that experience. Visit museums or businesses. We do have a few fantastic museums around Sheffield, but we also try and go further afield. We've been to Manchester, we went to the Media and Science Museum in Bradford, just to get an opportunity for pupils to go places where it's not next door, it's not just a small walk, but somewhere where they can experience something brand new. We also have, as they go up through the school, more activities and challenges based towards things that they can put on their CV, so they can think about their futures and their careers. Year 10, 11 predominantly will be lots of CV writing, visiting careers fair, having a mock interview when we bring people from outside of school in, from businesses, to actually go through an interview process with the pupils as if they're applying for a job. So, from the year 7 all the way through to year 11, it is really building the pupils up as something that will help them for life after Parkwood. Something that Mr. Hallam will talk about in a second is Lockerbrook as well, which for the year 7s is a really fantastic opportunity where they can go and take themselves out of the comfort zone to experience some really challenging outward bound type activities, but also build some friendships up. The slide that's being put on now is the Sims Parent app. So what we have, we've worked well with Sims to put this app within our school so that pupils and parents have better communication from the school, to be honest. What we want the parents to be able to see is on a day-to-day basis, I think it syncs through every 30 minutes, the pupils can see what lesson their child has, how they're doing in their lesson, if they've had any reward points, if they've had any behaviour points. They can check their attendance, they can see what homework has been uploaded. It just gives that opportunity for that instant communication. Sometimes as a parent will ask the child, oh, what have you done today? It's like, oh, I don't know. But the parent gets a chance to see exactly what's gone on. We found that communication between the parents and pupils and school has improved dramatically since we've invested in this app, and it's something that we are keen to continue. One thing that we started to initiate before we went into the lockdown was the use of the Sims Parent app for extracurricular activities. So we do have a lot of parents that the pupils come to school for an after school club and they're not sure if they've stayed or they're not sure where they are in terms of which club they're at. Using this app, what we can do is we can take a register external from the normal school day, which means as a parent you will know exactly where your child is, what activity they're in, if they've went to the activity or if you should be expecting them home, rather than the generic phone call to school just to sort of ask, is my child there? So we found that's been really beneficial as well. The other thing which isn't on here is Microsoft Teams. So this is our home learning. We've worked through in lockdown to sort of develop how we use Microsoft Teams in order for the pupils to benefit from it the best they can. Now, what we've ended up doing is getting to a point where we're going to be able to live stream a lot of our lessons. So should your child not be in school due to the current pandemic, if it is to continue, while they're at home, they can actually have their lessons taught to them live by a teacher. At the moment, we've been doing it when we've had to isolate a year group, or if we've just had pupils off in Key Stage 4, years 10, 11, but we are going to be dropping that down so that from years 7 to 11, the opportunities there. We found it's meant that there's been little gaps in the knowledge because pupils haven't missed any learning because they're still being able to get that quality teaching, and rather than work just being sort of uploaded to the system for pupils to try and go through by themselves, they've actually been able to listen to their teacher live, write in the chat to ask their teacher questions, or physically speak to the teacher and ask the teacher questions. So we've been really proud of it and how it's moving forward, and you know, albeit we wish we didn't have to use it, while we are using it, we're utilising it well, and the pupils are really benefiting from it. Okay, I'm going to pass you back on to Miss Cottingham while I run back round so we can set up the last few videos. Okay, thank you very much, guys. I appreciate your help.
So hello and welcome back. Thank you to Mr. Henderson for highlighting my lack of technological skill, but we got there. So as we move forward, we just would like you to listen to Mr. Hallam. He was our head of year for the last year's year 7. So he took the year group through the full year, and he now is the head of year 8. And we just wanted him to talk a little bit about his experience of the students in year 7, and obviously the role that he plays within the academy as well.
Hello, I'm Mr. Hallam. I'm now head of year 8, formerly head of year 7. One of the most exciting things you've got to look forward to in coming into your new school and learning new experiences is the year of going to Lockerbrook and experiencing a lot of teamwork, a lot of team building friendships with people that you've never worked with before, that you suddenly find you remember, and they're part of your life for the rest of your life, things you'll remember. So we do all sorts of wonderful things out there. We go for a whole overnight stay. We do lots of experiences that you can record and make as part of your future learning, and develop as part of your passports that you'll talk about with Mr. Henderson in the future. Thank you.
Basically, the Lockerbrook Trip is where we take each tutor overnight to stay at Lockerbrook, and they engage in lots of different activities, team building activities. We go on a night walk, we tell ghost stories, and it's just a fantastic experience for students to really get to know one another and start to build that fantastic relationship with their tutor, which is really, really important throughout their time at Parkwood Academy. So that's what the Lockerbrook Trip is all about. You know, and it's been fantastic over the years. We all staff get involved. We all go and stay with the students and experience, you know, hot chocolate before bed, and just great things for the students.
And they're part of your.
So what we'll move on to now is just a short presentation from Sarah Husband, who is the Assistant Head Teacher for Inclusion, Safeguarding, and obviously our SENCO here at Parkwood Academy. We have been recognised both from the City of Sheffield through the local authority and as a trust for the incredible work and interventions that we put forward for our students who do have a special educational need or a disability. So if any of you feel that this is something that you want to learn more about, please listen to Sarah's presentation, and if there's any further questions that you have, please don't hesitate to ask them, or please arrange a call with Sarah herself.
Hello and good afternoon. My name is Sarah Husband and I'm a SENCO at Parkwood. It's my responsibility to lead on special educational needs provision and interventions for students requiring this additional support within the academy. At Parkwood, we provide support for all areas of the special educational needs spectrum within a mainstream setting. We have a fully accessible building for any students or visitors that might have mobility difficulties. We ensure close links with primary schools during the transition process to ensure that all information is shared prior to the students starting with us in year 7. Parental meetings can be arranged, and additional visits and activities for students who may need additional support to acclimatise to the secondary environment can also be arranged. Baselines are completed on arrival to identify any gaps and any further possible needs. We also have a clear review process for data across the academy. This starts primarily with the classroom teacher, and during this process, any concerns will be highlighted to parents and forwarded on to the special educational needs team for further assessment and intervention. We may discuss with you as parents a special educational need concern should any of these areas below be identified. We have close links with external professionals and can call on the support of these professionals should further guidance be required. These professionals have consulted with us on the interventions that we provide within the academy, and we take on board their advice when supporting students who may have high levels of need, a My Plan or an educational healthcare plan. The majority of students at Parkwood have their needs met through our high quality teaching and learning in the classroom. However, some students require additional Wave 2 support. If a student continues to make little progress with these additional interventions, we may consider escalation to a My Plan as part of the review process using the Sheffield support grid. If you wish to discuss special educational needs provision at Parkwood further, or if you have any specific questions regarding your child's needs, please read the information report on the Academy website or contact the Academy to speak directly with one of the team. Thank you.
And so just finish the evening by making sure that you know exactly how you can apply. So if you go onto our Parkwood EACT Academy website, you can, if you just scroll down slightly, you will see the banner which tells you about the Year 6 virtual opening evening. And what you can do, you click in there and there's a list of documents. So everything that you've seen tonight, or most of the information that you've seen this evening, is also stored there. The more information about the curriculum, we've created a short booklet for you to read through in case there's anything that you didn't think we covered in my summary and also the summary from the students. If you scroll all the way down to the bottom, you will see how to apply. And if you click on that section, you will be able to upload our application form and complete it. Most importantly, if you've got anything at all that you want to ask us, please don't hesitate to contact us at the Academy, anything in between now and the time that you wish to apply. And also if you wish for any support to complete the application form, again, please just give us a call, and there's lots of people who will be on hand to help, both Mr. Henderson and Miss Kim MacDonald, who can also support you in the application process. So we'd just like to finish with some questions. So we've had a few questions come into the chat. So Mr. Henderson will read some of the questions and we'll answer your questions for you.
Okay, Miss. So we've had one of the first questions is, what is your uniform for Year 7?
Okay, so we have a black blazer and a tie. We expect students to wear black trousers with a white shirt, and we have shoes only. So it's a black polishable shoe. We don't allow trainers or any kind of fabric shoe at the Academy.
What is your most recent Ofsted report?
So our most recent Ofsted report is a good. So we've had 2 consecutive goods now here at Parkwood Academy, which we're obviously very, very proud of. So as we move forward, we are definitely moving towards the outstanding mark and hoping that next time Ofsted give us that call, we will definitely be awarded the outstanding grade.
Okay, so one quite current at the moment. What safety measures will be in place if the current situation still stands when my child starts in Year 7?
Okay, so we have an extremely robust risk assessment in place that you will actually be able to view on the website should you choose to, which gives you all the information about the safety measure that we've put in place. And we've worked really closely with the Trust to make sure that all our measures line up directly to the guidance and what the government are asking of us, and ensuring that we have that in place within the Academy. So as a Year 7 student, we could take you through their day, which might be one of the easiest ways to kind of explain the measures we've got in place. So a Year 7 student would start here at 8:30, but all the other students start at a staggered morning at 15 minutes apart from each other. Every single year group also comes through a different entrance. So at the moment, if you were in Year 7, you would begin the day at 8:30 and you would enter through the top gate and you would come in through the English fire exit door, which is your own personal entrance and exit to the building. You make your way into your classroom and you're taught within your classroom for the whole day. So your teachers move to you rather than you having to move around the academy. So you have your 2 lessons in the morning, and then you go to your break. And again, you exit out of the English hub and you go for your break out on the field, and you are the areas are segregated so that you cannot actually go into any other areas across the academy. Following that, you'll come back in, you'll have your further lessons, and then you'll go for your lunch. And again, it's a staggered lunch. So different year groups have their lunch at different times to enable you to be able to eat freely in your area and have your outside space that obviously isn't mixing with any of the other year groups. Year 7 have the pleasure of the canteen for their lunch. So they are able to eat their lunch in the canteen, which is the biggest space that we have in the academy at present. And then following that, you'll have your final lesson in the academy, and then you will go home at the end of the day, which at the moment for year 7 is 3:15, and you finish your day at 3:15 and you go off again out of your entrance, and other students come out after you have kind of cleared the front of the building. We also have teaching spaces within each classroom. So whilst your children will be sat in their tables with a very regimented seating plan in place, so we know exactly where they've sat and who they've been close to, the teacher social distances from them at all times in a designated area within the classroom that's 2 meters away from the children. The staff in the building have to social distance from one another and from the children. So again, this is something that's really important that we've had to implement across the academy. And a further measure that we have at the moment is that in any communal areas, our students and our staff will wear masks. So there's no expectation to wear a mask inside the classroom. Certainly no expectation to wear a mask from the teacher, but we do provide visors for teachers if they feel that they want to wear a visor, again, just to help protect both the staff and the students. But this is just in communal areas that we expect the face coverings to be in place.
Nope, that's it, thank you.
Okay, well, thank you so much for your engagement in the evening. Thank you so much for your questions. I just want to say, if you've got anything else at all that you need from us, please don't hesitate to contact us. It'd be an absolute pleasure to speak with you. And hopefully, as we move forward throughout the year, we'll definitely be able to hold more events, and you can come into the building and see us at our best, and we'll get out into primary schools as well to meet the children and obviously build those relationships prior to a September start. So just finally, thank you very much and take care.